Apotemnophilia, also known as body integrity dysphoria, a psychological disorder where a person's physical form doesn't match their idea of how they should look. These people think that certain limbs do not belong to them or it's unnecessary. They want to amputate one or more of their limbs, even their both eyes in some cases. This is a real case. Imagine feeling a never-ending, overwhelming desire to remove a healthy part of your body that takes over your life. Imagine wanting to cut off one of your limbs. Imagine wanting to cut off both. Imagine wanting to become blind, deaf, or paralyzed from the waist down. People suffering from body integrity identity disorder report that a particular limb doesn't belong to them and that they feel overcomplete and want to have the alien limb amputated. A 21-year-old man arrived at a hospital and asked for his left leg to be amputated. He had placed it on dry ice for 6 hours to ensure that it would have to be removed. He had longed for it to be amputated ever since he was a little boy. These patients express their feelings in their own words. I can feel exactly the line where my leg should end and my stump should begin. Sometimes this line hurts or feels numb. I feel complete without my left leg. I'm over-complete with it. The soul feels as though it belongs to a body with only one leg. The body does not correspond to this inner reality. I feel the stump ends in my thighs and a strong desire. I don't have the right word for it to live with two thigh stumps. An anonymous person says that he wants his legs to cut off since his 15th age. He was planning to lay down to a train rail and get rid of them, but he couldn't. But he managed to get rid of his legs in a surgery 20 years later. Everybody likes to change something about themselves, and I want to not have my legs since I was 6. I feel like I'm prisoned to a wrong body. I can't be myself with 2 legs. To continue living, both of my legs have to be removed. One of the most common theories among the doctors that the connections between the brain are damaged, so the targeted organ doesn't have the right neuron match in the brain. When the alien limb is stimulated, no activity is being occurred in the brain, because the connections in the brain are something that occurs at an early age. A study on over 100 BIID patients revealed that the disorder starts early in life, usually in childhood, and that the vast majority of those affected are men and Caucasian, representing about 90% of the cases. The rejected limbs are usually the lower limbs, and where only one limb is rejected, it's typically the left. Because BIID patients understand that their desire is irrational, they mostly keep it as a secret, and they mostly get jealous of the people who got amputated. There are 2 types, whether they think that it belongs to someone else or they find it disgusting. Some doctors are openly talking about the possibility of amputation as a treatment. However, for many doctors, there is no way they would agree to the amputation of a healthy limb. In the early 19th, doctors thought it's provocative for these people to not have a limb, but then they realized that it has nothing to do with sexual pleasure. A woman stricken by this disorder attempted to harm and cut her leg. After many failures, finally, doctors had to cut off her leg, causing gangrene risk. I felt so good after the operation. I became more confident, and my body got closer to the shape that I always wanted. Another man who wants to get rid of his leg went to see every doctor and psychiatrist he could find. After he got sent to the home by telling that he has treated, he shot his leg and have it cut. According to scientists, people who got tattooed their faces and covered their faces with piercing, who wants to look like a lion or a tiger, is also close to this disorder. Tell me what you think about this disorder below the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.